Just give me a little more light on her, Amy Jo. Okay, right. Frame up that shot again with Ethan in it.
Oh, I just scooted over.
Yeah.
So don't scoot over, I want the back of your head.
Alright,
Yeah, I just don't want you to tilt it towards us, okay?
got it.
That's perfect. Great, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Alright. Breathe, Carly. Alright, we're in a true close-up and then we're gonna come tighter, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Carly? Alright, so look at him. Alright, look just past his right shoulder. Right shoulder. His right shoulder.
Oh.
And just lower the gaze all the way down. Even more. Even more. There, that's nice. That's a nice mark. Mark that. Okay, that's where you can go to process your thoughts with some of the answers he's giving you to your questions, okay?
Okay.
Great. And look away towards us. Yeah. Okay, lower the gaze there just a little bit. Yeah, right there. Good. That works too. Okay. Now look at him. Alright. And now find those two other eye lines naturally. Don't do it mechanically, okay? Yeah, just come to that. That works. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Alright. And you get to use them maybe once or twice each, okay?
Okay.
Got it? Okay. But not more than that, okay? And action.
I think you're afraid of women. I think that's the root of the problem. Do you think women are devious?
You like women reporters?
Women in general.
No.
Great. Was that a joke? Did you think he was funny? Okay,
No.
I need you to respond, okay?
Okay.
Energetically, not just with the line, okay? Because you just made a joke. You think women are devious. No. You mean women reporters? Alright. Got it, Carly?
Yes.
Yeah, good. One more time from the top. Action.
I think you're afraid of women. I think that's the root of the problem. Do you think women are devious?
You mean like women reporters?
Women in general.
No.
You're not intimidated by women?
No. I've always liked women.
At certain times. I think you're indifferent to women. I don't think they fit into your male world.
See, here's the thing. A man wouldn't say, I think you're afraid of women. And a man wouldn't ask me if I think all women are devious. Only women ask me that question. I don't know why, but they do.
Your wife said you never talked about work.
Hope you're a psychologist along with being a reporter. You're onto something there. But in the first place, she's not my wife anymore. We're divorced. Is that what you came here to report on? Police divorce rates?
She said you never talked about anything really.
You talked to Mary Alice?
The other day. How come you never had kids?
Because we don't. That's it.
She said you seldom talked about your emotions. You seldom shared anything. You know, men in other professions, when they have a problem at work, they come home, they tell their wife gives them a little pat on the back, and that's why they tell them.
What are you mad at?
think you're playing a role. You did that Serpico thing in narcotics. You thought Vice was fun.
No, I said some funny things happened.
Forget it.
See? Man wouldn't say that either. Forget it.
Don't point your finger at me. Why wouldn't a man say that? Because he's afraid of you?
Maybe he'd be more polite. I mean, why be tough?
I'm not holding a gun. I'm not playing a role like Clint Eastwood or John Wayne. Can't you relate? Don't you want to be like those guys?
I'm in homicide, babe. I don't have to play a role. It's usually dramatic enough the way it is. Why don't you repeat that question?
My question is, why can't a cop leave his macho-ness at headquarters? Why can't he be vulnerable at home? Why can't you share your vulnerabilities and your fears?
Okay. I come in from work. My wife says, "How'd it go today, babe?" And I say, "Not too bad. I have something I want to share with you."
I'm trying to be serious.
I am being serious. You're the wife. You say you have something you want to share with me.
I'm trying to keep this serious.
I am being serious. You're the wife. You ask me, "How did it go today?" And I say, "Not too bad." And you say, "Well, do you have something you want to share with me?" And I say, "In fact, I want to share with you something I learned about sharing."
All right. What?
Well, a young girl was murdered. Cause of death, strangulation. Asphyxiation due to mechanical compression. Seminal traces of fluid in the mouth, vagina, and elsewhere.
God.
So, we're talking to this one guy, and he agrees to cop if we don't give him anything heavier than manslaughter. Dick around, give him third degree, and he agrees. So he tells us that it was his buddy that killed his girlfriend. See, his buddy is fresh out of prison. He's really horny, and he tells us that they met the girl at the bar, and she was all over him. So they take this girl out into the middle of the field, and after the first guy gets done, he lets his buddy have seconds.
Lieutenant.
Oh, that's what he said. He let his buddy have seconds. But his buddy just keeps going. I mean, he won't stop. Long story short, the girl starts to scream, and his buddy panics, strangles the girl to keep her quiet. But he doesn't know if she's dead. I mean, what if she comes to and identifies them in a lineup? So they rearrange her face by picking up a 100 cement block and dropping it on her face.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Yeah, they just pick it up, drop it off. When he found her, he thought she got hit by a semi. I mean, you would never thought that was a girl's face.
I don't think you're funny.
No, it isn't funny. But the guy giving the statement, he said, "That's what I get for sharing. I shared my broad with my buddy."
All right, great. Okay, good. All right, we're gonna make some adjustments, okay? We're gonna go again, okay?
All right, yep,
Yeah,
do it again.
sorry, I
All
forgot
right.
my line.
Okay, look, just use your script, Carly. Keep
Okay.
it in front of you, okay?
Yeah.
Look, like I said, your script can be your notes for the interview. Alright?
Yeah.
So if you use them like they're your notes and you have questions, you can look down at your script and it's totally fine, okay? Alright? Carly, I need you to pick up the pace. I need you to be a little more pressing, okay?
Okay.
A little more direct. Alright? Okay? Get behind this a little bit more, okay?
Okay.
Alright? It's a little more lyrical than than it needs to be, okay? Alright? All the innuendos, all that, banter, alright? We're gonna find it in the pacing, okay? Got it?
Yes.
Alright? And I think that changes when he says, alright, fine, let's play this game, okay? Then I think it changes for you. Okay? Then,
Okay.
then you don't want to play the game. Okay? You like what you were doing before that, okay?
Okay.
Alright? You can work on this now, Ethan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? When you get up to tell the story, you gotta let it build, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's gotta move, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so this is what we did. Okay? I want you to live it out like you were in the interrogation room with this guy, okay?
Okay.
Like you're pushing him and pushing him and pushing him, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Alright?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Let it build, keep the pace steady, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Alright?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And that cross, Carly, I'm out of here, it's gotta be clean and it's gotta be direct and it's gotta be motivated, okay?
Okay.
Alright? The way you were leaving is, it felt like you were leaving a restaurant after a good meal. Alright?
Yeah.
Okay? I'm out of here means I'm fucking out of here.
Okay.
Alright? And he's gonna stop you.
All right.
Alright? By what he says next, okay? Alright? That's what he said.
Okay.
Alright? If you don't, beeline for the door, then there's nothing motivating him to stop you.
Okay.
Okay? Alright, got it?
How do you say that guy's name? Serpico?
Serpico.
Serpico.
I could hear everyone trying to tell me, and I'm like, shit.
Serpico would be the probably the Italian proper pronunciation.
Serpico.
Serpico is the Americanized version
Serpico.
of it.
Can't stick it in my head.
Serpico. Think of
Serpico.
serpent.
Serpico.
Serpico. Or is that- Ready?
Yeah.
Pick this up, move it along, okay? Marty?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright. And action.
I think you're afraid of women. I think that's the root of the problem. Do you think women are devious?
You mean like women reporters?
Huh. I mean, women in general.
No.
You're not intimidated by women?
No. I've always liked women.
At certain times. Yeah. But I think you're mostly indifferent to women. They don't fit into your male world.
See, here's the thing. A woman wouldn't ask me if I think women are devious, or tell me that they think that I'm afraid of women. Women only ask that. I don't know why, but they do.
Your wife said you never spoke much about work at home.
You talked to Mary Alice? When?
The other day. How come you don't have kids?
Because we don't. That's why.
Your wife said you seldom showed any emotion or shared anything about yourself. Men in other professions, when there's a problem at work, they come home, tell their wives, the wives give them a pat on the back and, build them up. That's why they tell them.
What are you angry at?
I'm not angry. I'm not playing a role. You are. You did the, sorry.
Good, good. Keep going.
Okay. I think you're still playing a role. You did the
Serpico.
Serpico! Oh my god. I think you're still playing a role. You did the Serpico thing in narcotics. You thought Vice was fun.
No, I said some funny things happened.
Forget it.
See? A man wouldn't say that either. Forget it.
Don't point your finger at me. Why wouldn't a man say it? Because he's afraid of you?
Well, because you'd be more polite. I mean, why be tough?
I'm not the one holding a gun. I'm not the one playing a role like John Wayne or Clint Eastwood. Can't you relate to them? Don't you feel like you want to be like them?
I don't have to play a role, babe. I'm in homicide. It's usually dramatic enough the way it is.
You still haven't answered the question.
Would you mind repeating the question?
Yeah, sure. The question is, why can't a cop leave his macho-ness at headquarters and bring his vulnerability at home. Why can't you be vulnerable and share your fears?
Okay. I come home from work, the wife says, "How did it go today, hon?" And I say, "Oh, not too bad, babe. I got some things I want to share with you."
I was trying to be serious.
No, I am being serious. You're the wife. You say I have something I want to share with you.
I was trying to keep it serious.
I am being serious. I come home, you say, "Honey, how did it go today?" And I say, "Not too bad." And you say, "Well, do you have anything you want to share with me?" And I say, "In fact, I want to tell you something I learned about sharing today."
All right, fine. What is it?
Well, a young girl was murdered. Cause of death, strangulation due to asphyxiation and mechanical compression. Traces of seminal fluid in the mouth, vagina, and elsewhere. So today we're talking to this one guy. He agrees to cop if we don't give him anything heavier than manslaughter. Dick around for a little bit. We offer him 3rd degree, and he agrees. And so the guy tells us that it was his buddy that killed the girl. See, his buddy is out of prison, just out of prison, real horny. So he tells us that they met the girl in a bar, and she was all over them. So they take the girl out into a field, and after the first one gets done, he lets his buddy have seconds.
Lieutenant.
That's what he told his friend. He let his buddy have seconds. But his buddy here doesn't stop, and he just keeps going. Long story short, the girl starts to scream, and the second guy panics, and he strangles her just to keep her quiet. But he doesn't know if she's dead. I mean, what if she comes to and identifies him in the lineup? So they decide to rearrange her face with a 100-pound piece of concrete and just drop it on her face.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, just pick it up and drop it.
I'm leaving.
When he found her, you would have thought a semi hit her. I mean, you could not believe that this was a woman's face.
I don't think you're funny.
No, it's not funny. But you want to know what the guy giving the statement said? He said, "That's what I get for sharing. I shared my broad with my buddy."
Great, love it. Okay, stay right there. Good. Beautiful. Stay in it, Ethan. I'm going to do a pickup on this, okay?
All right.
All right, turn your back to camera. All right, and turn into the shot on the line. That's what he said.
Mm.
Okay, ready?
What, it's not funny?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, before it's not funny. When you move into this, what's the line you move into this on?
Oh, she says I'm leaving, and then I get up and I say,
Yeah, what's your line?
oh, the line is, just pick it up, drop it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay?
Mhm.
I want that to come in like really fucking strong.
Okay.
And loud.
All right.
I want you to freeze her in her tracks with that, okay?
Okay.
Just pick it up and drop it. That's what he said.
Mhm.
Okay?
Mhm.
All right? Or whatever that next
Mhm.
part of it is, okay?
Mhm.
Ready?
Yeah.
You're going to turn on that and give me that. Ready?
All right.
And action.
Just pick it up and drop it. When he found her, he would have thought she got hit by a semi. I mean, you couldn't even believe that this was a woman's face.
I don't think you're funny.
No, it's not funny. But the guy giving the statement, you know what he said? He said, "That's what I get for sharing. I shared my broad with my buddy."
Great. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time. Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Even louder. Okay?
All right. All right.
All right. I want you to freak her out with your anger, okay?
All right.
All right, this is that side of your anger you rarely ever, let its ugly head rear.
Mm.
Ready?
Mhm.
And action.
Just pick it up and drop it! Fuck. Do it again.
That was fucking great.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I
You
want.
scared me.
That's exactly what I want.
All right.
All right?
All right. God damn it. All right.
Okay.
Go.
Ready? And action.
Just pick it up and drop it! When he found her, you wouldn't think that you would have thought she got hit by a semi. That was not a woman's face. You wouldn't have thought that was a woman's face.
I don't think you're funny.
It's not funny. But you wanna know what the guy said giving the statement? He said, that's what I get for sharing. I shared my old gal with my buddy. It's not the fucking line either.
That was great, though. All right, we're gonna do one more time. Hey, stay there. We're gonna do one
So
more time,
good.
Yeah,
okay?
fuck it, man. All right.
Nail this, okay? But
All right.
that's exactly what I want, okay?
Okay.
I want you to freak yourself out with your anger, with your rage, okay?
Can I take it back a couple of
Because
paces?
this is, yes, we can do that, because this is what you've been repressing,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Mhm.
All right, so this has a double-edged sword to it, okay? On the one hand, you're trying to tell her, fuck off, and this is why I don't talk about shit, because the stuff I see is gruesome.
Mm-hmm.
And on the other, on the other hand, it's like I can't talk about this stuff because it's too damaging to me,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, because I don't know how to fucking deal with it half the time,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Can I take it from the last paragraph
Yeah,
and
yeah.
move into it? 'Cause, yeah, it's just starting to feel artificial.
Yeah. Tell her where you want to pick it up.
I just want to pick it up from the front, pick it up from that one right there.
Okay.
Ready? And action.
That's what he said. He let his buddy have seconds, but his buddy doesn't stop him. He just fucking keeps going. So all of a sudden, long story short, she panics and she screams, and he panics and he strangles her. Keep her quiet, but he doesn't know she's dead. And what if she comes to, identifies him in the lineup? So they decide to rearrange her face by picking up a 100-pound piece of concrete and just dropping it on her face.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, just pick it up and drop it! When he found her, you would have thought she got hit by a cinema. I mean, that was not a woman's face.
I don't think you're funny.
No, it's not funny. But the guy giving the statement said, that's what I get for sharing. I shared my lady with my buddy.
All right. I think that's where it needs to go.
Yeah.
That's where it needs to go
Yeah.
emotionally for you, okay?
Yeah.
All right, you're not doing this because you're trying to be smart or
No.
funny or trying to push your buttons, okay? All right, you're getting this out because it's killing you more than anybody else. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Awesome. Thank you. Let's get you here. We'll do your coverage. All right. Okay, we're gonna do, we're gonna break it up into two parts. The first part is sitting, and the second part is when you get up, okay? All right, so we'll work it up until you get up, okay? Amy Jo, can you do me a favor? Can you run to the door and let Rial in and let her know that we're shooting?
Do you need
You're
me on
done
this?
with
Okay.
me, yeah. Alright, and so, when we do the second part, when I raise the camera to catch that, when they switch, you're gonna be on her, always on that side, okay? Thank you, sir. Serpico!
Damn it. What is wrong with me?
Serpico. And that's a movie everybody should watch. Okay?
Serpico.
It's Al Pacino at his finest.
Al Pacino and Serpico. Right.
Can you lock that door, Amy Jo? Everybody's cold in here. Should we turn off the AC for a second? Should I
One wrap in the jacket.
Me. I'm paying attention to it. So.
You guys.
Amy Jo brought a fur jacket.
I did bring a jacket
All right, let's stay here. Let's stay here, okay?
September, guys.
Joe,
Domino. So,
Stephanie, pull out just a little bit.
Serpico. Like Serpico.
Okay, good. Alright? So we have a clean shot on you, okay?
Alright.
But it's a close-up again, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Alright? Lean in. Great. Good. And lean back in your chair. Great. So you can only do that once, okay? So pick the moment when you want that to happen, okay? Lean
Okay.
in.
Yep.
Okay, because that's a move, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Blah, blah, blah. And you're going to stay there for a while. And then you're going to move back in your chair. And then you can't do that ever again, okay?
Okay.
Alright?
It's like a game.
When's he gonna do it?
Right.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
And action.
I think you're afraid of women. I think that's the root of the problem. Do you think women are devious?
You mean like women reporters?
No. Women in general.
No.
You don't feel intimidated by women.
No. I've always liked women.
At certain times. Otherwise, you're indifferent to women. They don't fit into your male world.
See, here's the thing. A man wouldn't say, "Oh, I think you're afraid of women," or "Do you think all women are devious?" Only women ask that questions. I don't know why, but they do.
Your wife said you never spoke about work.
Hope you're a psychologist along with being a reporter. Man, you're onto something there. Well, in the first place, she's not my wife anymore. We're divorced. Is that what you came here to report on? Police divorce rates?
She said that she feels like you didn't say much about anything, but especially about work.
You talked to Mary Alice. When?
A few days ago. How come you don't have children?
Because we don't, that's why.
She said you seldom showed emotions or spoke about how you felt. You know, men in other professions, when there's a problem at work, they come home and they tell their wives. And their wives listen and give them a pat on the back and stroke them and say, "Poor baby," and that's why they tell them.
What are you angry at?
I think you're still playing a role. You did the Serpico thing in Narcotics. You thought Vice was fun.
Can't even say his name right. No, and I said some funny things happened.
Forget it.
See, a man wouldn't say that either. Forget it.
Don't point your finger at me. Why would a man say that? Because he's afraid of you?
Well, maybe because he's more polite. I mean, why be tough?
I don't carry a gun. I'm not playing a role. I'm not trying to be Clint Eastwood or John Wayne. I mean, can you relate to that? Can you relate to those men?
On the honest side, I don't have to pretend anything. It's usually dramatic enough the way it is.
You still haven't answered my question.
Well, would you mind repeating the question?
The question is, why can't a cop leave his macho self at headquarters and bring home some vulnerability? Why can't you express your vulnerability and your fears?
Okay. I come home from work. My wife says, "How did it go today, honey?" And I say, "Oh, not too bad." And then my wife says, "Do you have anything you want to share with me today?"
I was trying to be serious.
Oh, I'm serious. You're the wife. You say, "Do you have anything you want to share with me today?"
I was trying to be serious.
I'm serious. I come home from work. You're the wife. You say, "How did it go?" I say, "Not too bad." You say, "Well, do you have anything you want to share with me today?" And then I say, "In fact, I want to tell you something I learned."
Okay, great. Gonna go again, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, good. Very nice. How do you feel, Ethan?
It's boiling.
All right, good. All right.
I'm getting
I love the way you're playing this, okay? Have a seat. We're gonna do it one more time.
Serpico. It's knowing that I can't say it.
Serpico. Great. Great. Can I have you guys move about a foot towards the wall there? Yeah, there you go. Awesome.
Once the audition, I could not remember like this, and I just had to put it on the wall. It's so bad.
They put it up there phonetically.
I did.
Great. And Carly, I'm actually gonna have you move your chair about 2 feet towards us here. Okay, great. So you're completely out of the picture. Great, and we're in a really tight shot, okay? Ethan?
I can't do the move now, right?
You can do the move. Give me the move with the finger. I like it. Okay, boom. Yeah. All right. Be deliberate and be clean, okay?
Will do.
Yeah. Good. Looks good. One more time on this close up. Okay, look at her. And just find an eye line away from her. Towards us more. There you go. That's nice. Have your thoughts there. So she went to talk to Mary Alice. She's been doing some research. She's got a stick up her ass. There you go, good. All those ideas, all those opinions, all those feelings right there. Ready? But you can't pronounce Serpico. Great. And action.
I think you're afraid of women. I think that's the root of the problem. Do you think women are devious?
You mean like women reporters?
Huh. I mean women in general.
No.
You're not intimidated by women?
No. We've always liked women.
At certain times. Otherwise, I'd say you're indifferent to them. They don't fit into your male world.
See, a man wouldn't say, I think you're afraid of women, or ask me if all women are devious. Only women ask questions like that. I don't know why, but they do.
Your wife said you never spoke about work.
Hope you're a psychologist along with being a reporter. Yeah, you're onto something there. In the first case, we're no longer married. We're divorced. That what you came here to report? Police divorce rates?
She said you never really spoke about anything, but especially not really about work.
You talked to Mary Alice.
The other day.
When?
The other day. How come you don't have children?
Because we don't. That's why.
She said you seldom showed any emotion. You didn't really express your feelings. You know, men in other professions, when something happens at work, they come home, they tell their wives about it. Their wives give them a little stroke, say, poor baby. That's why they tell them.
What are you angry at?
I think you're still playing a role. You did this Serpico thing in narcotics. You thought Vice was fun.
I said some funny things happened.
Forget it.
See, a man wouldn't say that either. Forget it.
Don't point your finger at me. Why wouldn't a man say it? Because he's afraid of you?
No, because it'd be more polite. I mean, why be tough?
I don't carry a gun. I'm not playing a role. You are. You think you're some Clint Eastwood or John Wayne? Can you relate to them? Do you think that's what you're playing?
I'm in homicide. I don't have to play at anything. It's usually dramatic enough the way it is.
You still haven't answered my question.
Would you mind repeating the question?
The question is, how come you can't leave, the cop can't leave his macho-ness at headquarters? Why can't he bring home vulnerability? Why can't you express your vulnerability, your fears?
Okay. I come home from work. My wife says, how did it go today? I say, oh, not too bad. I have something I want to share with you.
I was trying to keep this serious.
I'm being serious. You're the wife. You said you'd have something you want to share with me?
I was trying to keep this
I'm
serious.
being serious. You're the wife. I come home from work. You ask me how did it go, I say not too bad. And you say, do you have something you want to share with me? And I say, in fact, I want to tell you something I learned about sharing today.
Right, stay right there. Good, good, good. All right, we'll pick it up on that chair, okay? With that, we're getting into the thing. Let's stay there for a second. Good. Stay in it. Great, okay. Have a seat and pick it up right from the last. You're the wife. Alright. Great. And play it behind the chair just like you're playing it. You can play it on the side here. Alright. And you can come behind the chair and use the chair's leverage as well. Okay. Alright. As if you're reenacting some of the interrogation. Okay. Ready? And action.
No, I'm being serious. You're the wife. I come home from work, you say, how did it go today? I say, oh, not too bad. And you say, did you have anything you want to share with me? And then I say, oh, in fact, I want to share with you what I learned about sharing today.
All right. What?
Well, a young girl was murdered. Cause of death, strangulation, asphyxiation due to mechanical compression, seminal traces in the mouth, vagina, and elsewhere.
God.
Yeah, so we're questioning one of the suspects today. And he agrees to cop if we don't give him anything heavier than manslaughter. If we dick around, give him 3rd degree, he agrees. Then he tells us that it was his buddy that killed the girl. See, his buddy's fresh out of prison. He's real horny. So he tells us that they met the girl in the bar and she was all over him. So they take the girl out into a field, and after the first guy gets done, he lets his buddy have seconds.
Lieutenant.
That's what he said. He let his buddy have seconds. But his buddy just keeps going. I mean, he just won't stop. Long story short, the girl starts screaming, the buddy panics, strangles her just to keep her quiet, but he doesn't know if she's dead. I mean, what if she comes to and identifies him in a lineup? So they decide to rearrange her face with a 100-pound piece of cement and just drop it on her face.
I'm leaving.
No, just pick it up and drop it! When he identified the girl, he would have thought she got hit by a cement. I mean, you would have not have thought that this was a girl's face.
I don't think you're funny.
It's not funny! But the guy, giving his statement, he said, that's what I get for sharing. I shared my girl with my buddy.
And leave, Carly. All right, great. I'm back in, okay? We're gonna do it one more time from this angle, okay? You know what, Ethan? Don't use the chair's leverage.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Okay.
Mhm.
Carly, you gotta go to the door.
Okay.
Okay, go straight to the door. He'll stop you before you open it, okay?
Okay.
All right, and Carly, you gotta do less.
Okay.
You gotta do nothing. You just gotta turn around and listen
Mm-hmm.
and be shocked.
Okay.
That's all you gotta do, okay? All right? All right, because what you're doing is you're rolling your eyes and you're doing this, and it feels so unconnected to the gravitas of the moment, okay?
Okay.
All right, that's why this is important to watch, okay, when you take it home, okay?
Okay.
You'll see what I'm talking about. And I know that's not how you want to come across,
Mm-hmm.
okay? All right. And action.
From the top?
Okay.
From the top of that speech.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Action.
Oh, you're the wife. I'm being serious. You're the wife. I come home from work. You say, how did it go today? I say, oh, not too bad. You say, well, do you have anything you want to share with me? And then I say, in fact, I want to tell you something I learned about sharing today.
All right. What?
Well, a young girl was killed. Cause of death, strangulation due to asphyxiation, due to mechanical compression. Seminal traces around the mouth, and do this shit over again.
You got it, man. That was fucking perfect.
Do it over again.
All right.
Do it over again.
Action.
No, you're the wife. I am being serious. You're the wife. I come home from work and you say, do you have anything you want to share with me today? I say, well, in fact, I want to tell you what I learned about sharing today.
All right. What?
Well, a young girl was murdered. Cause of death, strangulation due to asphyxiation due to mechanical compression. Seminal traces in the mouth, vagina, and elsewhere.
God.
So we're questioning one of the guys today. And he agrees to cop if we agree to give him nothing heavier than manslaughter. Dick around, and we give him 3rd degree, and he agrees. So the guy giving the statement tells us that it was his buddy that killed the girl. See, his buddy is fresh out of prison. He's real horny. So the guy giving the statement tells us that they met the girl at the bar, and she was all over him. So they take this girl out into a field, and after the first guy gets done, lets his buddy have seconds.
Lieutenant.
That's what the fuck he said. I let my buddy have seconds. But the buddy here, he won't stop. He just keeps going. Long story short, the girl, she starts to scream, and the guy panics and strangles her just to keep her quiet. But he don't know if she's dead. And what if she comes to and identifies him in the lineup? So, they decide to take a 100-pound piece of cement and just drop it on her face.
I'm leaving.
No, just pick it up and drop it! When he found the girl, you would have thought she got hit by a semi. I mean, you would have not have thought that this was a girl's face.
I don't think you're funny.
It's not funny! But the guy giving the statement, he says, that's what I get for sharing. I shared my broad with my buddy.
Great. Stay right there, Carly, for a second. Stephanie, tighten up on her. More. Great. Stay right there. Just give me the last line, but that's what he said.
But that's what he said. What he said was, that's what the fuck I get for sharing. I shared my broad with my buddy.
All right, great. Great. Very nice work, guys. Beautiful. Okay, so look.